Today, I'm gonna talk about some of the top biohacks and solutions that will transform your health and your longevity. I cannot wait to get into this for you, but here's a fair warning. Some of these things can be very expensive. So if you're looking for some economical options, maybe you wanna skip this video. However, there are some really good strategies for everyone in this video as well. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a high-performing individual, your mind and your body are your greatest assets. You know that. But here's the truth. Hustle culture is breaking people down. It's breaking people down mentally, physically, hormonally. It's creating an increase and a acceleration in aging. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you my 5 most powerful biohacks and longevity strategies that I personally use to stay sharp, to stay energized, and to really be unbreakable. I really want you to be able to have a high-performing life if you're a business owner, to crush it at the highest level. So let's get into this. So this is really for people that are serious about longevity and biohacking and really optimal living, right? Like, biohacking has gotten a bad rep over the years. Even the word longevity is questionable. But people that really want to live optimally for the rest of their life, these things can help you integrate this. If you want more energy, if you want to sleep better, if you want to optimize your cardiovascular system and your blood flow and nitric oxide levels, if you want to, create less stress in your body and stress in your mind, this video is for you. So here are my top 5 biohacks for really a high performance life, and that will allow for you to tap into some of the most powerful things in longevity. All right, so you're probably wondering, what the heck is this on your nose? This right here is a hydrogen. This is not oxygen, this is a hydrogen unit. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like. And this hydrogen unit right here is really amazing. And this hydrogen unit, it produces the equivalent in 1 hour of breathing this hydrogen through your nose as consuming 700 bottles of hydrogen water. So what would you rather do? Sit there for an hour a day or even 30 minutes a day and get 700 or 350 bottles of hydrogen water, right? Or would you like to drink 700 bottles of hydrogen water in a day? Obviously, you're not gonna do that. But this thing helps you hyper concentrate hydrogen in your body. When I'm sitting there working, when I'm on meetings with people that I know me and are not like maybe new people or something along those lines, I will be on a meeting with this thing on. I'll breathe, 2 to 3 hours a day of hydrogen into my body. It's one of the most powerful longevity strategies. It helps to get rid of senescent cells in the body. It helps to optimize your stem cell health and longevity. It is an anti-inflammatory agent that helps to reduce and get rid of a lot of the bad free radicals in the body. So this thing I like to utilize while I'm just sitting or standing or walking on my walking treadmill at my desk. So I've got it right next to me, which is really cool. Now I'm gonna take this thing off, seeing that I've already talked about it. And it may be like, okay, dude, like, why do you need to have it in your nose anymore? So that's the number one thing that I use. Now, you're probably like, what the heck is on your arms? Now, these are really powerful. Like, I would say if I could pop this into the number 1 spot, I would. In fact, I just did. So these blood flow restriction bands are unbelievable, BRF. And what it does is it mimics altitude training. So it's like you're up in the mountains, you kind of constrict the blood flow, which decreases oxygen to the tissue. And then what it does is it creates a hormetic stressor on your muscles. So it's like your muscles think there's less oxygen. So what it does is it sends out all of these amazing, chemicals communicating to build more mitochondria. So you get increase in mitochondrial biosynthesis, which is really important. You communicate your body to release more NAD+. And guys, you've done the NAD+ injection, some of you, for longevity. You've taken some NAD+ pills, or you've taken NR, nicotinamide riboside, which is the precursor to NAD+. I can tell you that working out with BFR is one of the most amazing things. In fact, I am addicted to it. It like when I get a workout without my bands, like it's just not the same because you get this amazing hormone cascade. You get an increase in human growth hormone. A lot of people are like, bro, how do you stay so ripped? Like, why do you have an 8-pack all the time? And it's like, I do these things, right? And one of the tricks is this, because as you increase human growth hormone, what are you doing? You're increasing fat burning pathways in the body. You stay lean, but you also maintain a lot of muscle tissue and lean body tissue. So this here is really powerful. This band is called a Katsu band, CAATSU, and it is a really, really powerful technology. There are other economical options. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars to do BFR like I've done, but you can get a blood flow restriction band on Amazon for like $15, $20, right? It's just like a band that you pull, then you get your workout in, you take it off, boom. It can do very similar things. Now, what I like about this is that it actually has a cyclical mode on it that you can essentially program when you're using the Katsu. You can program it to cycle the constriction and then release, and then constriction and release. And guys, you're boosting all these amazing hormones, including NAD+. In fact, the person that told me about this, his name's Dr. Joseph Mercola, and he's like, Isaac, this here is one of the most breakthrough things that I've discovered. And you should see his pre and post picture before he started working out with this and then after. And I'll say I put maybe 1 inch or 2 inches onto my arms, using this. So it does build muscle as well. So it helps to definitely build muscle. So that is the Katsu band, right? Which is really cool. So I'm gonna take this off because this is a nice shirt and I don't want it to wrinkle too much. But I really, really like this. And again, if it's feeling uncomfortable for you to use this, it might be because you're going too hard, right? I go up to 400 right off the bat and I'm like, holy cow. So I brought it down to 300. You may want to go down to 200 on Katsu, which is the amount of constriction and the amount of pressure that builds up. They also have leg bands. So you put it around the top of your legs or the top of your arms for arm workouts or for leg workouts. Now, if you are in a crunch, you're like, dude, I only have 5 minutes to work out today. Grab these bands, put them on, get your 5-minute workout in. You'll be like, you will be sucking wind because it is so powerful. Now, what can you do to stack this to create even more, release within your muscle and of healthy hormones and NAD+ and all of that? It's to utilize a very powerful technology that's in a lot of the locker rooms in the NFL and the NBA, in the Olympic athletes use this, etc. So this here is the RX Black, okay? I forewarned you that I'm gonna talk about some expensive stuff. Like some of this stuff is expensive, right? And so just a forewarning, this is probably $15,000, but what it does is you just simply turn it on and it has these electrical pulses. This is called the ARP wave that you put on your muscles. So what this actually does is it helps increase neuromuscular facilitation and the rewiring of your muscles that are not firing properly back to your brain. So after you use this, typically for a little time after that, you end up, in a place where your muscles are working really, really well. Imagine this. A lot of our muscles, they stop communicating optimally to our brains. They're not firing the way that they should. So let's say your leg muscles are not firing the way that they should. The muscles of your legs should be taking the brunt of maybe the process of walking or jumping or something like that. If your muscles aren't functioning properly, guess what happens? You put all that pressure on your joints. And so that is exactly what happened for me. And I tore my ACL and my meniscus and my lateral collateral ligament. So what I did in the rehab process, without even having to get surgery at first, and then I did something stupid and then I tore everything again, which then I ended up getting surgery. But even the rehab after surgery, this has been transformative. Imagine after surgery not losing muscle mass, right? A lot of people after surgery, they lose muscle mass. Well, with this, you can maintain your muscle tissue because you're stimulating your muscle tissue after surgery. But this is really for optimal function. And if you want to build muscle, it's one of the best ways to build muscle. In fact, I probably put like 1 or 2 pounds on my pectoral muscles last year when I started using this, just focused on my pecs, which was really interesting. And so this here is a very powerful tool to, again, reconnect your muscle firing properly to your brain so that you can function better. I will activate my muscles, my leg muscles, and I'll go on a jog. And it's like, man, the jog is like so much more, powerful and effective. So this here you utilize while you're working out. You turn it up. So what I do is I turn it up, and you have to breathe through it because it's intense. And as you are breathing, you can turn the knob up a little bit more, and your body becomes accustomed to it. Then you turn it up even more. So, I do this through different motions and activities for quite a bit of time. Now, I will say this is a two-edged sword. A biohack and longevity performance solution is a two-edged sword, because if you're not using the right form and you're utilizing that, guess what you're neuroprogramming to your muscles to do is to use the bad form of your gait or of a squat or whatever. So you got to be careful, because you want to utilize the ARP wave, which again stimulates your nervous system in such a way that allows for you to properly utilize your gait and the biomechanics of your body. Okay, so if you're not gonna be in pretty much the horizontal or lateral plane in motion, and you're just gonna do some crazy stuff, it's literally reprogramming your muscles to do bad things. So a lot of PTs use this, physical therapists, chiropractors use it to get people back into top physical performance, but they're monitoring their gait and all of that. But if you have like a mirror in front of you, you can kind of see how am I squatting, what's the proper kind of form look like, and how can I replicate that is really good. But just think 90 degrees, keep it front to back, anterior to posterior, or motions, lateral motions, like in the same kind of pattern, and you're not all over the place. So that is a very powerful hack. Now, I've got a couple other ones. The other one is going to be for balance. One of the reasons why we age so fast is because we lose our balance, we fall, and then we break a bone, and then you tank, and then you develop cancer, heart disease, or whatever. You're not moving. So it's important to maintain healthy balance now, right? I just got back from Clinique Le Paris in Switzerland, and one of the things that they tested was my balance. And my wife actually beat me, by the way. She crushed it. But I want to show you 2 of my favorite balance boards. So there's other balance boards, but this is from Fitter First, and this here is a soft board. Okay, so the soft board is what I like to stand on my desk. It's a great little longevity hack because you're balancing, you're using your balance muscles, the intrinsic muscles of your spine, muscles that don't typically fire throughout the day, and then you're also creating an ability to almost get like a micro workout while you are on a call or something like that. I also use this when I'm working out. So I can, I'm not doing this with the ARP wave, but let's say that I am doing a curl, or I'm doing a squat or something like that, and it's lighter weight, I'll use the balance board for that. Another really cool balance board is this one. It's called the Bongo board. And so again, by Fitter First. And it's challenging. There's a higher level of risk, but there's also a higher level reward. So you're essentially going back and forth on this thing, and you've just got to stay on it. And look, I've fallen off this thing, and it's not good. I was actually showing one of my family members how to use it. I'm like, oh yeah, I use it all the time. And then I just got a little bit too cocky, and I flipped and cracked my hip bone on this thing. So you definitely want to be paying attention when you're using this, but it is a amazing little biohack. So I would just say balancing in general is like an underlooked thing that maximizes brain performance. Your brain needs 3 things. it needs oxygen, it needs nutrients or ATP, energy, and then it needs stimulation. And a lot of times we don't give the brain stimulation throughout the day, which is why I always like to do exercise snacks throughout the day, like a squat, push-ups, etc., between my meetings. But then what if on a meeting, I'm not using the bongo board, but I'm using essentially the soft board. What if on the meeting, I'm using the soft board and standing there? It's unbelievable what it can do for you, right? So, you know, we've got the hydrogen unit that gives you 700 bottles of hydrogen water in just an hour of inhalation. So far, we've got into the Katsu band, which creates blood flow restriction and skyrockets NAD plus and human growth hormone and all these other great things like increase in mitochondrial biosynthesis. Increase of mitochondria, by the way, increases ATP energy, helps you become more productive just overall. And then the ARP wave, right? We talked about the ARP wave, and then we talked about balancing. So those are the 5 things, but I want to give you, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, the 5th thing. The 5th thing is not super expensive, but I just want to show you. It's the way that I organize my supplements. So these are like little, it's on a metal thing. It's a magnet, but you can just pull them off, and it says AM, lunch, PM, evening, right? And as you'll notice, I don't have crazy number of supplements in every single category because I like to cycle my supplements here and there. But it is a very powerful way of organizing your supplements, which is really great. I just realized I didn't take my supplements. After this video, I'm gonna take them. They're sitting upstairs for me. And then that's for like your dry supplements. And then things like this, you know, the liquid supplements I just take separately. And you know, this is like one for my liver. I think it's really important to support liver health from time to time, or cyclically support liver health. And this is just a liquid supplement that I like to take. So that is my 5 biohacks. I'm gonna give you a bonus one though. This is if you want to go a little bit deeper, figuratively and literally. It is a myofascial release gun. Okay, now. You could use the Theragun. This one here is the Therabody. There's a number of different tools that you can use, but this you simply push, press this button here, and then it's got all these different modes. I can go up higher, and then I just I'll be talking on a call, and I'll be like, yeah, that's great. Like I'm talking. This is the stuff that we need to do as entrepreneurs, as high performers. We need to be able to give ourselves a massage while we are working, or at the end of the night. Like I had a really big day. I like to get into my neck, and get under my occiput, and I hit my traps, I hit my low back, and then I hit my feet and my legs. I mean, I pretty much do my whole body in like a couple of minutes. But this here is a really powerful tool. Now, what if you don't have the money to buy a Theragun? There are lacrosse balls that you can buy, which are amazing. Those are like really, really good for your feet at the end of the day, or your back. I know you're like, well, that sounds really painful, but you actually become addicted to myofascial release after you start doing it. But this one here, you just hold down this button and it vibrates. So this is a lacrosse ball, essentially, these little nubs, and it will essentially vibrate, and then I'll put it on my feet while I'm working in the day. I'll utilize this at the end of the day as well, and I'll roll on it. I'll roll my back on it, and it's just it's just one of those things that really creates a big impact on your overall health and your body and how you feel at the end of the day. All right, so the way that I implement these is I use the ARP wave just like once a week or twice a week, one upper body, one lower body. You don't need to even do it that much because it lasts for like a month after you use it. It literally helps retrain your brain and your body, which is really great. But a lot of bodybuilders use it to build muscle. And definitely people that are just wanting to optimize their health. I'm not super into bodybuilding because I don't eat enough calories to do that. Like I like to fast. I like to consume food till I'm full. I don't like feeling like I'm going to throw up after I have to get to 200 grams of protein today. It's just not necessarily my thing. And then with the Katsu band, I do that a couple times a week as well. I like to do that lower body, upper body, and then maybe I'll do some other activities throughout the week that don't use the Katsu band. Again, I'm using the hydrogen inhalation machine like on a regular basis. It's really, really powerful. I'm using the myofascial release tools every day. Got to use that every day. I'm taking my supplements every day, and I have my assistant organize my supplements for me. And then I do balancing probably 3 to 5 times a week, right? So I use the board on meetings, or I will utilize the balance board during my warm up or after a workout. It's just really, really amazing. So I hope these biohacks have added a ton of value to you. As a high-performing entrepreneur or a high-performing individual, your biology is your business plan, right? That is a big part of your business plan, because if your health tanks, guess what else is going to tank? Your business is going to tank. So if you're not a business person, and you're a mom or whatever it might be, you're just going to perform at a higher level. You're going to get a bigger bang for your buck. You can do shorter workouts, get bigger ROIs. And these biohacks are not about being trendy, right? It's not about how much money you can spend or whatever it may be. They're about building resilience. They're about clarity. They're about energy, so that ultimately you can lead and perform at the highest level. And your performance is your bottleneck oftentimes. So let us help you optimize your body with this information. So if you like this, go ahead, share it with your friends, your family members. I would love to add more value to you like this in the future. If you want more content, go ahead, click that subscribe button and then the little bell, which will essentially notify you of new videos that come out in the future. Thank you again so much. Appreciate it. And I look forward to adding more value to you in the future.